Hello, FUMC family. We are outside the church on busy East First North Street as we make preparations for in-person worship starting on June 21st. And we're going to be joined on this video today by Asa and Ben and a host of friends from our ushering team as we walk through what the coming weeks of church are going to look like. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is trying to take care of our microphones. So we're going to be practicing sanitation today.
Thank you, Walter. First, we want to let you know we want everyone to make this decision on whether or not to attend an in-person worship service at your own comfort level. Many in our congregation are in a high-risk group because of age or health condition. In light of that, we do not want you to feel any pressure to come back to live worship until you are ready. We will continue to offer an online worship experience for the foreseeable future, and that is a viable option, and we encourage it for those who find staying at home right now to be their best choice. Also, when you come to church on Sunday morning, it will be to attend our worship services, be it traditional or in the Connection. In this first phase of reopening, we will not be having Sunday school or small groups for adults, youth, or children. Our rooms for those meetings are simply too small to accommodate the groups in a way that would allow for social distancing.
With that in mind, for those of you who decide to join us for worship on site, we want to walk you through what to expect, as worship is going to look a little different in light of precautions that we are taking to keep everyone safe. And when you arrive at the campus, we're going to ask that you would park in one of the following lots. There are two lots across East First North Street behind our district office. Then this lot that is closest to our front doors, we're going to reserve those for handicapped people and those with special needs. Then there is a small lot between the Crossroads and the Youth City buildings. And then finally, there is a large lot that is on the hill behind the playground in the prayer garden where we park our vans and buses. And we're going to only have two entrances open on Sunday mornings. One of those will be the glass doors for those going to the traditional services, and the south entrance to the gym next to the prayer garden. And because of this, we ask that you not park in the parking lots behind the church.
When you arrive and get out of your car, you will head to the entrance that leads to the worship service of your choice. As you approach on the sidewalk, please keep the 6 feet of social distancing on the sidewalk and in the parking lot as you wait to enter the worship space. Also, we will expect worshipers to wear a mask if they are coming to worship. If you don't have one, our greeters will have them to hand out. Now, why are we requiring the masks? We are practicing an abundance of caution, but even more importantly, we are trying to be a good Christian neighbor to our fellow worshipers. We understand that if any of us were unknowingly carrying the coronavirus, our wearing a mask could keep our germs from infecting another person. So think of wearing a mask as a way of helping out your fellow worshiper that might be in a high-risk category.
And the last step in coming in for worship will be a temperature check before you go in. We've bought thermometers, and we've got those at each entrance that will do no-touch temperature check. And if you have a temperature that exceeds 100.4 degrees, we'll do a second check to be sure, and then ask you not to attend worship on that particular Sunday. We will have a touchless hand sanitizer station as you enter the building for you to use. And after the mask, the temp check, and hand sanitizer, you'll be able to go through the doors with a no-touch entry. And next, we'll explore what worship will look like once you're inside the building. We'll see you inside, where we will be joined by John Fox, who is our head usher for the 10:30 traditional service, the 8:15 service, and Debbie Cruey, who is the hospitality coordinator for the Connection service.
And here we are inside the narthex at the door leading into the sanctuary. If you need to use the restroom, you may go to the restroom one person at a time. We will use the restroom in the parlor for the women and the men's bathroom in the hallway. We will leave instructions in the restroom to wipe down the surfaces before you leave the bathroom. You will find a bulletin placed on your pew. At the end of the service, please take your bulletin with you and drop it in the recycling bin. And now John will take us into the sanctuary and tell us what we can expect when we get to this point on Sunday morning.
Well, Ben, a member of our usher team will take each family unit, all those that live in the same household as you, and lead you into the sanctuary and to a seat. So during this time, we will ask that you not get upset with us if you don't get to sit in your favorite pew. We will be seating people to accommodate everyone at a safe 6 feet social distance from others. We will be using only every other pew, and we will have the middle of the pews roped off as well. At the end of the service, you will be dismissed by rows, and we will head out to the parking lot to encourage folks to keep their separation and not to linger in the room. Again, trying to minimize the risk for everyone.
Well, thank you, John. Ben, would you tell us a little bit about the procedures before and after each service, as well as our congregational worship?
Sure. Our services will be about 45 minutes in length. That will give us time to adequately and thoroughly clean each room after the service. Especially the sanctuary will need to be cleaned after the early group completes its worship. Our custodial staff will make this happen before the narthex and sanctuary opens for the next group of worshipers. Now, concerning the content of our corporate worship, some of you have no doubt seen articles concerning the risk of singing in group settings. And truthfully, there is nothing dearer to me about worship than singing corporately the hymns, liturgy, anthems, and songs of the church. However, I have also read the reports of outbreaks of COVID-19 that result from in-person meetings and large groups of singers. So in this first stage, we will not have congregational singing or liturgy. We will have small groups of musicians on the chancel and stage respectively in the 2 service locations that will offer music on our behalf. I encourage us to think of this time without congregational music as a time of personal reflection and fasting from something that many of us love. It will be all the sweeter when we can return to it again. I believe that covers our return to live worship in the traditional services. Now we will go to the gym where Asa and Debbie are waiting to show you what to expect in the connection.
Hello again, friends. We are here by the door where you will wait to enter the connection worship service. Just like upstairs, we will ask that people keep a 6-foot distance from each other as we wait to enter the worship space. I am standing where an attendant will take your temperature. After that, an usher will take you inside. Let's go inside with Debbie, who is going to show you what to expect once you are in the gym.
Thanks, Asa. Just like in the sanctuary, you will be escorted to a seat by an usher. We have our chairs spaced in groups and can rearrange as necessary to accommodate you and the loved ones who live in your house, while maintaining the 6 feet social distancing with others. We will not use bulletins in the connection service to eliminate an extra layer of having to touch or hand out items. As you see at the back of the gym, there's no coffee station. We will not have coffee and other drinks out during this time. Remember that the restrooms are around the corner and will take one person at a time. After you use the restrooms, we will ask you to wipe down the surfaces with a wipe and throw it away before you leave the restroom. At the end of the service, the ushers will show you out by rows so we can maintain social distancing as we head out.
Church family and any guests who might be watching, thank you for spending time with us today as we look together with anticipation for a return to in-person worship. This time has been unexpected and remains unpredictable. As we try to be generous and kind-hearted to one another, we want to recognize that we desire the very best for everyone, and we look forward to make this a meaningful experience as we come together in person as the body of Christ.
We are praying in expectation of the new things God has in store for us as we continue to press into the idea of the new normal, knowing that God is fully aware of our present challenges and will work powerfully through these, just as He has worked through challenges throughout the church's history. God's blessing on each of you, and we will see you soon, whether it be on campus or online.